for South Philadelphia. Ring the bell! I usually say ring that bell, but ring the bell. Going for a walk. And today, I figured I'd show you a little part of Philadelphia I don't think I really explore too often. It's about an hour before the Phillies gates open. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon on a Tuesday. And this is the exit I usually get off at on 95 when I go to the Phillies game. It's the Walt Whitman Bridge exit. You don't go on the bridge, you come down here. You got this place here is Bell's Beverage, family-owned business. They don't stay open too late. I don't think they even open up on Sundays now that they can. Go ahead, friend. Welcome to Philadelphia. I'm the captain. This Dunkin' Donuts. If you come here in the morning, I used to work right across the street at a Toys R Us. And this Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru, the line, it's outrageous. I can't believe how long people wait in line for coffee. Taco Bell, there we go. Gonna go across the street. Uh-oh. Oh, is my friend waiting for the bus, or is he a no good Nick? Ooh. Across the street right here. This is the ramp to 95. I always take this ramp to get off 95 because there's another exit you can get off to go to the stadiums, but that's always a mess. There's too many lane changing going on. You come here, you go down, boom. No nonsense. Uh-oh. Old Union signs. There you go. They got the DVD specials. 5 for $19.99. Who the hell's still buying DVDs? There's a... I don't know what dirty bookstores sell anymore because people aren't buying dirty books, right? Are people really still buying DVDs? So you got the dirty bookstore. I think there's a cigar shop right here, and then there's a go-go bar called Cheerleaders. This was a Burger King, and it closed recently. One of the worst parking lots in the city. And now it's all fenced in. Uh-oh. And then right there, if you look, you can see the sign. That's an old Toys R Us that I used to work at. I worked there for a little bit. It wasn't... Uh-oh. Oh, maybe it'll be an Asian supermarket. They have Asian rating on the signs. Let's see. Oh, the whole store's got it. God. It's crazy. Yeah, there's a lot of feral cats around here. I gotta be careful. And for a while, there was a little community of RVs, like homeless people who are, I don't know, the RVs, there's one of the RVs, and there's a guy out of a van. I think there was another RV somewhere around here. Yeah, somewhere back here is the feral cats. And there are even more in that parking lot. Wow, that guy is like a NASA setup. So here is the Oregon market. This is Oregon Ave right here. And that's an Asian market. Lots of different foods that you can't get at a typical food market at a supermarket. Frog legs. You get whenever I get frog legs, I go to that supermarket. There's a tree growing out of the front property of the Toys R Us. When did I leave there? I stopped working there around 2012. It's crazy. Like they spent so much money doing an upgrade on the front of the store. Toys R Us did this thing where they were making all the Toys R Us's, and Baby R Us's combos because they sell a lot of diapers there. And so the company they were trying to figure out ways to save money, and they couldn't do it. And one of the ways they tried to cut money is they would just, they just wouldn't hire people, and everybody would have to do 17 jobs. So even if I was the assistant manager of the store, I still had to, cashier occasionally, which I hate it, because they always wanted to get people to sign up for credit cards. And I always hated asking people to sign up for credit cards. This is the least busiest I've ever seen this car wash. It's always busy. Yeah. There it is. I made a video inside that Toys R Us before it closed. It's one of my very first videos. So the quality is horrific. Like the camera work stinks, and the camera work stinks. The content's just me talking about the store and what it was like to work there. That was a tough one to make because I knew people who were working, and I didn't want them to know that I was YouTubing. I may have to go back and watch that one. Yeah, like you see this exit here. Toys R Us put that back in like 2012. There was a tornado. Blew up a newspaper box, and it screwed up the exit to the Toys R Us. This was the exit. So you would enter in there and exit through there. It was a shoplifting thing at Toys R Us. People were ever leaving through there, they would always stop them because we thought they were shoplifting. And look, they walled it in. Yeah. On Sunday nights, I was like the store manager. I would have to close the store. I would have to make sure everybody was outside this box in 45 seconds when I set the alarm, and the alarm was a pretty bit away from the exit. It was a good walk. Hey, kind of a Philadelphia landmark. It's a good place. Just went through some changes recently. I'm not 100% certain of the reasoning, but this place it's a cheesesteak place. Let me start off the story by saying that this used to be called Tony Luke's. It's right over there. And Tony Luke's, I would say it's pretty well known. They have a chain. They're in some different spots now. Oh, I hate crossing the street here. Yeah, gas at this gas station is $4.09. This guy across the street is $4.08. For some reason, the gas stations at this intersection are always like 10 cents higher than the norm. Maybe even a little bit more. Whenever I get gas here, I always get mad at myself. I didn't plan good enough. So this used to be Tony Luke's. And then it became Tony and Nick's. If you go to Citizens Bank Park, the name of the restaurant in Citizens Bank Park is still Tony Luke's. But it's called Tony and Nick's. And I heard it was some legal thing, but I don't know. I don't know why they changed the name. All right, so yeah, so and this is one of the places where you can actually order a cheesesteak and eat it. The South Philly sandwiches. Yeah, they don't just make cheesesteaks. They do roast pork. They got milkshakes. And you get all this ambiance. If you want to sit inside the restaurant, you get to look at all this. Fun fact, when ECW was a wrestling organization, the ECW arena was only like 3 blocks down that street. So all the wrestlers would go to Tony Luke's, or they would get Tony Luke's, or somebody would buy Tony Luke's. This was a nightclub owned by Tony Luke's for a long time ago, and then it was like a bar, and I don't know what the hell happened to this place. I went in there once or twice. It was always jumping. Saturday afternoon after a Phillies game. It was great because when you go over there's no air conditioning. But in here, there was air conditioning. It has a pretty cool look to it. Looks like a warehouse bunker. I think the cheesesteak was $12 at the restaurant. If you go to the ballpark, I think the cheesesteak's $14. So if you think about it, like if you think of the markup of beer at a baseball game, like you could buy a can of beer for $3 and they'll sell it at the ballpark for $14. So the markup is outrageous on beer. But the markup on a Philadelphia staple, a cheesesteak, not really that big of a markup. $2. And you know what else? I don't like something about the gas stations in South Philly. I just don't like them. I don't know what it is. I don't like any gas station south of Spring Garden Street. Oh, I went here one Sunday to get a cup of coffee. It was the worst cup of coffee I ever had in my life. They didn't even have coffee creamer. How dare they? They made me drink milk. It was like skim milk too. It was the worst. They just changed the name from edible arrangements to edible. I guess that's smart, because then when you Google edible, thinking of your the marijuana. Although, is this a marijuana place? This is just a vape. This is for the vape. They got the CBD. That's garbage. This place, the edible, they sell fruit. So if you buy stuff to smoke and you want to, look up some edibles, I think that's pretty smart. That makes more sense than Dunkin'. And they changed the Dunkin' Donuts to just Dunkin'. I was like, that's stupid. Changing edible arrangements is just edible? Brilliant. Although they're not going to sell anything because people are like, no pothead wants to eat kiwi. Well, no, they do after the pot. So maybe they do a double order. Who knows? Faux. That faux show is closed. Oh, what's going on here? This was a Vietnamese cuisine. It looks like they were making signs. We got a bunch of permits. Pizza. South Philly Plaza, not pizza. There's a T-Mobile store. Just seems like everything. You got some fast food. You got some Chinese frog legs. AutoZone. Paint. Dollar General. Popeyes. Hey, you know what? Oh, this is where Justin goes. Or maybe, I don't know, my friend Justin, the Let's Go guy, he always goes to Popeyes before the game. This makes sense. This is a good Popeyes right here. All right. I filmed this one September 12th. And I was just thinking, I went to the baseball game yesterday. And I was sitting with a bunch of high school kids. And they weren't alive during 9/11. Which means 9/11 doesn't hold the same thing in, like, it doesn't mean the same thing to him. Because if you think about it, like, I grew up after the time of the Pearl Harbor attacks, and you hear about the Pearl Harbor attacks, and it's not as horrific as 9/11 was, because I actually lived through 9/11. So, I guess that was just bad. I guess I just wanted to bash kids. I don't know who I'm bashing. But anyway, I almost said happy 9/11. We will never forget 9/11. I won't forget it. I hope they don't make a bad Ben Affleck movie about 9/11.